Hey guys, I'm back with a gaming review. This one's for Resident Evil 9 Requiem. I didn't get it first week because I needed to wait. Just wanted to see how the game played and see if it would be able to be okay on, just be an okay game. And I should never have doubted Capcom. Reason why I say this is because they're great storytellers. And after what I've seen with the game for what it is now, I haven't beaten it yet. I want to say halfway through the game. I'm loving it. Grace is such a great addition to the game. Her story is so dark and, you know, very demanding in a way. So to play this character has been fun. To the people that are complaining about her, I just want to say you guys are in the wrong. She is a great character that's well grounded because she's not Jill, she's not Ada, she's not Claire. She is her own character. She doesn't need to be a badass. She's an FBI agent who's an analyst who doesn't go out into the field. She's more for reports and stuff. So to say that Grace isn't a badass like Leon, which we already have Leon in the game, I'll get to him in a minute, is something that most people need to realize that this character is her own thing, and I love for what she is, and I hope to see more of this character because she is a great character, and her connections to the Raccoon City incident, her connections to everyone, is something that most people don't get, and I hope this character comes around more often. The voice actress, I hope you know this. You did amazing as a character that has problems, has trauma, who is going through a lot, who gets thrown into this stuff and, has to deal with it. And, for it to come back into her face is just something that most characters can't accomplish with a great voice. And shout out to the voice actress. You've made this character so scared and, made the whimpers so real, and you feel that energy with Grace, the whimpers, the running, the scared moments, her stutters. Top tier voice acting at its finest. I can't say anything less about her because she's just a great character, and her story, I hope it gets better in a sense for this game, and I'm just gonna keep going because I love Resident Evil. This franchise will never not be my favorite. This franchise will never stop the horror because each game is up the horror in an aspect from 7 up until now. You know, 7, 8, and 9 have been very horror aspecty, and I love it. As much as of a scaredy cat I am in these games, I love what they do with the horror. This section alone was pretty freaking crazy because this freaking thing just wouldn't leave you alone. You have to avoid her. You have to get the light on her. You know, it's not a character that you just tread lightly, and this is what I love about Resident Evil. They give you little aspects of you being alone, and then there's the points of you being a total badass, and that's where Leon S. Kennedy, the man, the myth, the legend, we're praising, he comes into this game as a full-fledged character to play, and boy do we. I'm playing as a part of him right now in the campaign. If I may or may not do a gameplay of this game, but I don't know. I'm just loving it. I'm kind of like Queso right now. I want to just play the game, not record it. This is part of halfway through the game, and I talked to one of my viewers, and they said, "Hey, I would love to hear your review on it. I want to play it. I want to see it." And again, the Grace parts are the scariest because again, you feel less and less with her. The ammo, the storage, the capacity of her character doesn't really have much. But when you come to Leon, you feel like you're Resident Evil 4 true self, being a badass, feeling like a man in his 50s is still kicking butt just as good as others. So again, this franchise doesn't hold back on characters, and with the mystery of what was going on in Raccoon City to now, I love this story and I love this franchise. So for them to keep going, to bring it back to Raccoon City is just a great addition to the franchise. We've created so far away from it that we didn't want to remember Raccoon City, but it always comes back to Raccoon City, and I love it. I love Leon. I love Grace. This game has just been so fun. The graphics, oh my god. Guys, this game is on high right now. I could put it on ultra, but I don't want to kill my PC. But it looks so beautiful. The cutscenes, the way that people's hair moves, the voice acting. This is where Capcom's at its greatest. And Resident Evil hasn't had a bad match since 6. And I'm saying that wholeheartedly. Since 6, we haven't had a bad Resident Evil game. 7 was a new step in the right direction for the game. We followed a new character, followed these, new plague that was coming around. The mold, that's what I remember it was, until 8. And that's when Chris was starting to come back into the franchise. And then we had the remakes of 2 with Chris and Claire, or Leon and Claire. Sorry, I've got the siblings. But then we had Resident Evil 3 remake, the one with Jill and Carlos and all them. So, and then let's get to the right one. Resident Evil 4 remake. People were so divided on it. I will stand to this day saying that Resident Evil 4 remake is still a great and beautiful remake. We got all the stages. Some of the stuff was cut, but it's not bad. Even the voice actor said, they cut some stuff, but that's because we had to. Or they, had to make it for a new audience. It still didn't make me hate the game. The voice actor did what he needed to do for Leon. And that's all I could ask from this franchise, is just keep my boy Leon out of trouble. And if you guys aren't familiar, if you watch the animated movies, there are some other stuff they do. If anybody's ever seen Dead Island, Resident Evil is where they go to. I can see it. It's Rebirth Island from Call of Duty. If you guys are Call of Duty fans, that's where it's from. You go to that area, and they end up fighting people there because, again, people want to make something cool, I guess. But you got all the originals together. Rebecca, Chris, Leon, Jill, Claire. And that story was pretty interesting. But that's just how much this franchise can still go. As much as most people don't want it to, I don't care what they do. Add more characters. Bring new light to this. Because what I've heard, these are rumors. I don't know if it's true. I've heard maybe from the director himself. Not me personally. Don't think I'm listening or talking to people. I'm not that special. That the new Resident Evil movie is going to follow a new character that was based in Raccoon City. Now, the reason for this is because they wanted to not bring Chris, Claire, Leon, Jill, all of them to the limelight again. We're already following them in the games. They're already badass. They're already good. They're already set in stone. Why would the movies need to portray them? And then if the companies make these characters, would we like the casting? Would we want to see them in this new direction that the director wants to take it, which is still going to be horror based, which I'm excited for. So I'm going to give the movie a new chance. It comes out, I want to say, either this year or next year. I want to give this movie a chance because what they're going to probably do is dance around the guys, probably put these new characters that we don't see, and then we hear, hey, Chris, Leon, or Leon's in Europe looking for the president's daughter, so we're probably going to help him. And then we probably get, maybe the original voice actors voicing them, talking to them through radios, contacts, or whatever. I'm okay with that if they do that, because then that means we still get to see our characters on the big screen, but in the background, which I'm okay with, because if they didn't, cast the right person, I don't want to see the actors get bashed because they're playing somebody that we love, and they may have ruined it, or they didn't get the right script for it. So overall, I'm excited for the new movie or TV show or whatever they're going with for Resident Evil. I wish this franchise the best because it gets crazier every new one. And if they remake any of the old ones, I hope to see Code Veronica, Revelations, and 5, because those are ones that do need a revamp. So overall, this game is a 10 out of 10 in my book. It has me hooked. I want to keep exploring. This is the most I've ever explored in a game, second to 4, because 4 literally gave me so much to explore, from the coins to the gems to the puzzles. It made you go explore. This one, it makes you fear for what's coming. And you know, you want to see these characters succeed, especially like Grace. I mean, this poor girl, uh, I feel so bad for her, and I hope her story gets better throughout the Resident Evil franchise, and hopefully, they leave my boy Chris and Leon alone and let them rest. Maybe get a vacation in finally, because boy do they. And again, if you guys want to check out Resident Evil Requiem, it's available everywhere. Go play the games. They are freaking amazing. And if you're a story-based driven psychopath like me, you'll love this game because, I just can't, guys. I'm ready to finish my recording and go right back into it because literally I'm about to play my boy Leon. I love this franchise, and anybody who loves this game, you guys are well in your rights to love this game. I love this game. I was very hesitant to play because I didn't know how it would like Grace's horror, and how they would divide Chris and Leon and Grace, but they did well, and the voice acting and the set pieces are freaking amazing. And I'm back into Raccoon City, and I'm having flashbacks like my boy Leon. But overall, this game is a 10 out of 10. I can't wait to replay it and play it again and go find some of the stuff I missed, and take my time with the game because I was trying to rush just to see where I can get at. And right now I'm just enjoying the game, and I hope you guys all enjoy the game later on, and I hope this review gets you guys to play the game. If you guys like the game and you've played it, let me know down in the comments what you like. Give the video a like. So Ratchet and Clank playthrough will be up tomorrow. I gotta get more footage for that tomorrow when I get off work, so expect that to be up on a Monday. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace.